Hey guys, so today we're going to be talking about suspended chords. Now typically when you first start writing music and composing, you might start off using triads. So for example, in the key of C, the C chord triad is C, E and G. That's using the first, the third and the fifth note in that scale. And that's all sort of quite a good place to start. But when you want to maybe add a little bit extra colour and a bit more interest to your compositions, to your music, your songs, you might want to start using suspended chords. And the suspended chords, the two most typically widely used, are the suspended second chord and the suspended fourth chord. So a suspended second chord, the C suspended second, would be using the C, then the D, the second note in that scale, and then the G typically. So that's C, D and G, using that's for a C sus2. And the C sus4 would be using the C, the first note in the scale, the F, which is the fourth note in the scale, and then the G, which is the fifth note in the scale. And a good way to show an example of how suspended chords sound qualitatively is just to give you an example. So here's a song I recently wrote, and we're starting off here in the key of D. And we start off with the D triad using a D, an F sharp and an A, so that's starting off with the triad of D. But look here, in the last note of this phrase here we're going to be looking at, we're going to start off, it's an A major triad using A, an E and the C sharp in the middle of there, so the first, the third and the fifth note in the scale. So let's hear how that sounds using an A major triad as the last chord in this phrase here. Let's play it back. So perhaps you'll agree that this is sort of quite a perfect kind of sounding to the chord, and it's quite interesting. But maybe we can do a little bit extra here. So let's try changing the C sharp to a D. So in the key of with the chord of A, the D is the fourth. So this is now an A suspended fourth chord. Let's see how this sounds, and if it's any sort of qualitatively different. Let's have a listen. Doesn't that sound nice and warm and a lot more interesting, I think, certainly compared to the A major triad that we used before. So let's go back and listen to the triad, the A major triad. Listen to this once more. Perfect, we think. So then we'll go back to the A sus4 chord and see what we think to that. You think that just sounds lovely and succulent and nice and different, and a nice texture to it as well. So yeah, if you're a musician, composer, have you used sus4 chords in your music? Let me know, maybe give me an example, and if you haven't, perhaps give it a go and let me know how you get on. Cheers.